Yo, where you been? This is John, and I'm here with Uber Barbs, and it's Shiba at night. What's going on, Barbs?
Hey, how are you?
Doing awesome.
Yes, sir. We are really pumped. No, not really, for tonight. And
Yes,
I'm really excited because it's been a day. Did you notice that today? That's been a day in the Telegram chats.
I wasn't over there a whole lot today, but it was a hell of a day for energy, and what a good one. We came out the other side, Barb.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt. So I was thinking about some of the things that they were saying. And it actually made me think and wonder about our program, obviously, especially since we had a special guest on last night who had kind of a little bit, I think, different opinion than what we
Yeah, it
are
was nice
used
to
to
see a
knowing.
differing opinion. I hadn't heard one in a while.
Well, I think I didn't notice it to be, I guess, different outside of not Shibarium, and it wasn't about citizenship.
Yes,
But
yes.
you know what he did speak, and maybe we didn't record him, but afterwards he really spoke about. Um, so his main concern about the Shiba Inu and being a Shibizen or Shibarium um, was that the
Right.
SEC. It was about the SEC. So it was more of a concern when he was speaking to me about it,
Mm-hmm.
that wondering whether or not the SEC was going to allow for this type of situation to allow us to have a SHIB estate.
Mm-hmm.
So that was his main concern. But he was also uh, quite hopeful. I found him to be quite hopeful. So maybe we didn't record that part, but he was definitely, in it to win it kind of type of person saying, you know what, they just might get it. They might be the lucky ones. Do
I
you
was
remember
glad you were
this?
able to tell him that because he probably had no idea. He probably had
But
never
do
heard.
you I didn't tell anybody that. I'm just telling you right now. But do you
Hmm.
remember when he said that? That they could be the lucky ones, that it might be their time?
Oh, it's true. It's true.
Yeah. So, I it was kind of like, oh, okay, let me rethink this. And so tonight, John, if you don't mind, I would like to go back to the Great Canine Code.
Yes. Take
And
it.
with that, it's first part of it is the Article 1. It's the 22 principles of SHIP. Now, you've seen some clips out there on YouTube listing all 22, and it's definitely a long list of all these principles that they are asking us to adapt, to apply to our lives, to adhere to. That, I mean, those are pretty strong words, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, with that, as a Shibizen, that we would be able to have these privileges. And it says in the preamble that it is imperative to recognize the ethical framework that underpins our society. So they want us to recognize the framework. And they're saying that it's imperative. I mean, that's an SAT word, John,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. Keep
So
going.
it being imperative, this means let's, pay attention here.
Mm.
And it says that it's to be grounded in principles of harmony, justice, and mutual respect. And then they give us these guidelines. Now, harmony, what does that mean?
Harmony. To me, harmony is when things are in tune.
Yes, I was thinking that. I was thinking harmony and melody, actually. So I was, that's cool that you thought of the word tune. So harmony, I guess when we're singing, everybody has a different, you have your tenors, you have your setters, uh, you have your altos, and then you have your sopranos, right? Did I
Mhm.
say all that right? Okay.
Yep.
So, um, but that's the harmony. So everybody has a different part. Not every, like, I have pitch. So I'm definitely into music. I'm a piano teacher. I, have lived, eat, and breathe music all my life since I was 3 years old. And my mother is a soprano, and my mother is a very good singer, actually. Ironically enough, she has sung on records that her church years and years and years ago recorded. And I cannot sing like that.
Would you?
I I have pitch, like I can hear, like I have the pitch, I can get that pitch. But to be called like that singer, like Celine Dion, or Mariah Carey, or any of those wonderful singers, Whitney Houston, I always think of her. She's always been such a role model in her music selections and her songs that she's ever sang. I just love her so much. Um, that is a beautiful thing of harmony, when people come in different tones that they can actually reach and contribute to the music. So that's harmony. So let's remember that. So that means all different types of harmony. Then we have justice. Now, what does justice mean to you?
Justice to me, I think to me it means fairness.
I agree. Justice is fairness, and I guess maybe justice, would you have to judge to see if it's fair?
Maybe it sounds like it's in the name, justice. What to
Or
look
is
into,
it
maybe
or is it justice for all?
justice for all.
So maybe it's
Look it up.
justice for all. Are you looking it up? Are you Googling
Yeah. Hey Siri, what is justice? It's trying to show me Justin Bieber.
He's the one.
He's the one. Justice. Okay. True meaning of justice. Justice is the ethical, philosophical idea that people are to be treated impartially, fairly, properly, and with reasonably by the law and by arbiters of the law.
Okay.
Laws are to assure that no harm befalls another, and that where harm is alleged, a remedial action is taken. Both the accuser and the accused receive a ... Oh no. but more or less, I heard, treating people fairly, golden rule kind of almost.
Yeah, yeah. I was actually trying to see if I could find the golden rule of UVA. When I went to college down south, that college was known for that. When you went, I mean, it's been years. I was wondering if they still had it. I found one from University of Central Florida. They had a golden rule. But what it does, it gives you privileges. It gives you privileges to be a citizen, a Shibizen. And that gives you privileges, and it also allows you this type of protection with justice, because that's what would justice be, right?
Yes.
I mean, if you have something coming against you and you want fairness for yourself, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to need to have some kind of advocacy, or someone's going to have to advocate for you.
Right.
So that's part of the, Shibizen being a part of this Shiba state.
That's one of those privileges.
Correct. And then
Okay.
we have also mutual respect.
Mutual respect. Yes.
So I think harmony and mutual respect, they are all kind of weaving together. So it's more like same kind of colors, but one is a little darker than the other. Mutual respect. Respect is hard though, isn't it? Sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel disrespected. It's easy to hurt hurt people kind of thing. And I realized that yesterday, and I don't like being like that.
Yeah, I hear you. Mutual respect. The respect is really hard. Now, sometimes people say respect is earned. It's hard to earn something when you just become newly a citizen, you know? Uh,
Right.
it can take some time sometimes, but respect, I guess, for the individual, mutual, agreeing maybe to disagree. Maybe that's a mutual respect, right? I
That
mean,
sounds good. I like that.
I don't hold Shib, so
Hmm. Me neither.
that would
We're
be
not
something.
citizens.
No, we would be Shibarians, but I would respect them. I completely respect them. My goodness, I adore them. Why wouldn't I respect them? So those are the three things that they were saying, that this is what these principles are to be grounded in. And these are the guidelines. So let's look at the first one. The first one says transparency in action. Every citizen is expected to uphold the highest standard of honesty and integrity, which lay the groundwork for mutual trust and collective harmony. So here we're hearing that collective harmony again. Now this time, instead of saying respect, they're saying trust, which respect and trust, in my opinion, both are something that, one should earn, but they're asking for it pretty much right up front.
Okay.
And these are expected to be upheld with the highest standards of honesty and integrity. Now, let's break that down.
Yeah.
The highest standard of honesty. That means to not lie, right? To be honest. Liars. Ooh, that's tough.
Yes.
Because every man lie but God. You can
Yes.
take that to the bank.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
here, to become a Shibizen,
mm-hmm.
you have to have the highest standard of honesty.
I like that. I respect that. I respect that. What is it called? That goal right there.
And integrity. Integrity. The name. My word is my bond. That's one of my mottos. I live by that. My word is my bond. I think you know that. I've kind of proven that a couple times to you before. And you've only known me for, a short bit of time, but integrity.
Yes.
What is, can you look that up for us?
I'd love to, because I don't have a good one for that one. What is integrity? It's a practice of being honest and showing a consistent and uncompromising adherence to strong moral and ethical principles and values.
Wow. Moral principles.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And ethical principles.
Mm-hmm.
Strong adherence to them. Uncompromising. Consistent.
Uncompromising.
Consistent and uncompromising practice of being honest.
Integrity. Integrity, to let your word be your bond. That keeps coming up to me as what integrity is.
Like. Mm-hmm.
And
Yes.
here they're asking us the very first thing: transparency in action. So we are to be transparent. Transparent is not nebulous, it's clear. Be clear in your action. Transparent. Let's look that word up. I
want to know what that means in a human being, because I know what it means in a plastic.
Right.
Transparent. It's an American comedy drama. Yeah. What is the definition of transparent?
I'm in Microsoft here. Back to Google.
Here we go. Transparent, easy to perceive or detect. Okay. One of them. Let's see what else they got. The residents will see through any transparent attempt to buy their votes. The meaning of the poem is by no means transparent. Obvious.
Okay, this is what I was looking for, John.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for this one. Allowing light to pass through such that objects can be seen clearly. When something is transparent, it is clear. It is translucent.
Open, on the chain, on the ledger.
Yes, exactly. And I was thinking about that word, transparent. If it's allowing the light to pass through so that the objects behind it can see clearly, kind of reminds me of the lighthouse.
Mm-hmm.
The window up on top.
Yeah.
Hmm. Interesting.
Mm.
Interesting. So here we have transparency in action. So if you're going to be a Shibizen, you are to be clear in your ways. That's how I would translate it.
Clear in
And,
your ways. Yeah.
and
Mhm.
I mean, that's the whole thing of blockchain. You remember in the beginning when we were talking about crypto, and my one hesitancy is that it was uh, they could trace you. They could trace your business.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
as a decentralized person who is a big fan of not having any, governmental control, I would think that that would be the last thing I'd want is people to see.
Right. Isn't it a big conundrum how it's kind of transparent, yet also everything's on record? So it's like anonymity, but yeah, everything's clear, but they don't know who the fuck it is in principle.
Ah, good point, John.
Thank you.
That's a really good point. You can see these wallets, right? Everybody's constantly looking at these wallets, trailing these wallets. I'm like, who gives a fuck?
Me too.
But I understand. And some of the, John, these people, some of them, that's their job to
Ah,
validate, right?
I didn't know.
Yeah, I think it's to validate that each transaction goes through properly, goes through successfully, and to see, where it went and how it went.
Mm,
And
interesting.
I,
Pretty good.
so I guess when we're thinking about the transparency, and now this is supposed to be, let's remember the highest standard of honesty, integrity. There's not a black market, or is there?
For
Crypto.
hmm,
Hmm.
peer-to-peer trading, would you call that maybe? I'm just trying to think off the top of my head. Peer-to-peer, like let's say, let's just pretend because I thought about this. I don't want to hurt my market. I don't want to hurt this market of this asset that I love, but my neighbor needs some,
Mm.
and I need to buy a lawnmower because I need to cut my damn grass. So I'd
Hmm.
rather trade him some of my crypto, not sell it on the market, and get his money or BNB, whatever it may be, and get my lawnmower. Let's just say.
I gotcha.
Would you consider that black market potential? I mean, I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I think that's kind of getting that wallet into everyone's hands. So I would think that would be a good thing
Mhm,
because you could, no, it would be honest because you would be able to trace that.
mhm,
You would be able to show that you took this money from this, you took whatever you wanted, whatever token it was, whatever crypto it was, and you sent it to this new wallet. And
uh-huh.
that was it. That was the transaction. But it doesn't attach your name to it, right? So it does give the privacy.
Right.
And I like that.
Hmm.
So that's changed my mind a little bit more. So now I'm a little bit more easier on this whole Shibizen state and Shiba Inu and, being very transparent in our actions, being very clear in how we are uh, handling our trades, our buys, our swaps, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Sending, sending and receiving. Everything is on the level. Everything can be checked and verified.
That's right.
Well, that's number one. So number two is digital respect.
Digital respect.
We acknowledge and respect each Shibizen sovereignty over their digital identities, assets, and intellectual property. Digital respect. We
I
acknowledge,
think that
oh, go ahead.
brings like Metallica. You remember Metallica was getting pissy because kids were playing the music on Napster, and they were feeling disrespected probably more than anything in their pockets, in their hearts. And I think that's what they mean. If I've got a PDF of a NFT that I bought, them Snoop Dogg ones we were talking about with the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and I got it up as this is my special one, let's just say, and I got it up as my PDF on Pawsar. That you don't steal it and go mint it or something to that effect. Does that make a little sense? Don't steal my NFT and go pretend it's yours or remint it as yours or unless you have
Yeah. So,
digital, um, you know,
right.
rights. Exactly.
Mhm. Well, I think that would be, maybe it would be under intellectual property,
Close. Mm-hmm.
uh, your digital identities as well. I get it that you're using it as your PFP. Um,
Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying.
the the assets, our assets are the different cryptos that we carry in our wallets.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Intellectual property.
Intellectual property.
I mean,
Hmm.
intellectual property would almost be something like that creation that Prophet has created,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because that's
Yes.
definitely, his property.
Right.
And shout out to that guy that has really created an incredible piece of artwork there, putting out some massive intellectual answers to questions, of the unknown. And I think that he's kind of being attacked right now for that. So that would not be digital respect. That'd be
Ah,
disrespect,
that's right.
right?
That's right.
Right. So
Let's
that would be,
let's send a some love to him and hit that project, and that he's going through it. We love you, Prophet, and we're sending it your way.
we certainly do. Yeah, I agree. So that's digital respect. We acknowledge and respect each Shibizen's sovereignty. I love that word.
Sovereignty. Can I look
Sovereignty.
that one up?
Sure. Over their digital
Sovereignty.
identities, assets, and intellectual property.
Yes, it means they have supreme power or authority over them.
Correct. Ownership, kingdom.
Ownership.
I always think of that kingdomship, the ability to be free and reign. The sovereign reign, that word is in there, to reign,
Yeah, I love to make it
sovereignty.
rain.
Yeah.
I love it when it
So,
rains.
so digital respect. Hmm. Digital respect. I wonder if digital respect is the same as don't steal my wallet.
That
Hmm?
sounds like it to me. Like don't jack my shit, Kermit.
And that's something, how that works
Mm-hmm.
to be a Shibizen. I wonder if there's any
Mm-hmm.
serious like protection. Like
I
if I
hope
follow,
so, Bart.
if I followed my wallet to that person's wallet, would Shiba State defend me and get my money
Could they?
back?
Could they?
Could they? I mean,
Could they have
here,
an insurance policy?
right, but this would be part of it, don't you think?
I love it. I think an insurance policy would be great for Shibazens. Be a damn good privilege.
Yeah, I agree with that.
We'll look into that, creating an insurance arm if need be, because this is new shit.
Right. So, but these are definitely principles of harmony, justice, and mutual respect. So the digital respect is really important, I think, for us to be able to feel safe. It's supposed to be built in to give us that respect of what we own. And that's a big deal.
Yes,
Uh,
sovereignty over
because,
what we own. That's right. And our digital names and assets, everything. Sovereignty over yourself and your assets.
correct. The whole premises by which decentralization is, created upon. Physical, okay, number 3 is physical and digital non-violence.
Hmm.
All
Digital
right.
non-violence. Okay.
So physical non-violence, that's pretty self-explanatory. I mean, I think if people are going to, start hitting and punching and
Yes.
wrestling
They got to go outside. Right.
on the street, I don't know if anyone could reach out yet and come over and smack the shit out of me. No, I'm kidding.
They do a lot of digital smacking, so that's definitely not it. So
Well, yeah.
digital,
So,
a physical, no smacking, but
but
digital.
obviously the physical nonviolence is if people get really crazy, which I wouldn't pass anybody, is if they want to hunt you down, and all of a sudden here they are. Good morning.
Surprise!
So
Like
so yeah.
Thong with his girlfriend in Texas. Shout out to Lord Thong and Dan and that girl in Arlington.
But so the physical is almost self-explanatory. It's the digital nonviolence that kind of caught my eye. And it says, we collectively pledge to refrain from causing harm or discomfort, be it in
Yes.
physical interaction or digital transactions.
I like that. I'm down with that. Discomfort. You don't want to cause discomfort.
No, we don't. And with this, 22 principles of Shib, we're collectively pledging. Have you ever pledged? Have you ever been in a frat or sorority?
Oh, that type of pleasure.
In a
Yeah,
sorority.
that was different.
In a frat? Have you ever?
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Okay. So you pledged.
Pledge. I didn't realize I was a pledge. That's right. I was a pledge. Okay, now I get it. Now I get it. Okay. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a pledge. Yeah. Pledging was
Mm-hmm.
fun. Sometimes you had to lie. Remember we said everybody lie? One time
Mm-hmm.
I had to lie to get out of going to class with some fucking older cat. Like, come to class with me. Fuck no, brother. I got class. Fuck no, brother.
Oh,
The
well,
hazing wasn't, I was ready for some hazing. I didn't see too much good hazing going on. Fucking some cinema. What's that shit?
but see, now let's talk about that. We collectively pledge to refrain from causing harm and or discomfort,
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
it, be it physical interactions or digital transactions. So is a message or a text a digital transaction?
Transaction. Maybe.
If it's going to cause you harm or if it's going to cause you discomfort, you could send me a link, right? And I could click on it and you
There
could
you
steal my
go.
wallet. Hmm.
Right. Hmm. Hmm.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Hmm.
And
That
then what would be
and then
another
you
good example of discomfort?
of discomfort. Well, you know what?
There's plenty, I'm sure.
Gotti signed up that new group that first day, and all of a sudden, all this horrifying Ford came through.
What happened? There's a firefight already?
Oh, it was like several of them all at once. Somebody got in there and he just like zapped us all with this pour. It was just horrifying. Oh my God, I was so sick for so long.
I think discomfort, I think a lot of people see FUD as discomfort. Like, I don't know. I see
Yes.
people like they'll say, like I saw it today over at Ching. I don't know. They were like, when's the dev gonna do this and that? Maybe that. I see that as discomfort to investors, maybe.
Uh-huh.
I'm trying to figure
Yeah,
out.
I agree. This is good. I like that. The discomfort of the FUD. So what does FUD stand for? Fear.
I always forget the U. Big Reggie has to call me and tell me every time he's calling out. It's fear, doubt, and uncertainty. Uncertainty. Sorry.
Yeah, uncertainty. Fear, doubt, and uncertainty. That really can creep up. You know who was always gave me serious discomfort is Gotti. Every time he would come out with his dates, especially when I was a newbie.
Oh, he
When
makes
I
a
was
lot
a
of people
newbie.
uncomfortable with that shit. But I think that's doing his damnedest to honestly put out not misinformation, but
No, I think he's
hope.
I think no, he's totally
Momentum, keep the
yes.
boys keep their heads in the game,
It,
not in
it's
a bad way, in a leader way.
I completely agree. It's marketing. It is marketing to its finest. I have not seen such an intellectual marketer before. And if you go into every other group, he's like a different persona. I've told you before what I think he does,
Mm-hmm,
right? He goes
mm-hmm,
and he passes the phone from one model to the next to the
mm-hmm.
next. So you have all these different personalities coming at you.
That is genius. I could learn from that
But
marketing.
you know what the dates do? It gets your rearing gear. That's what it does. It makes you say to yourself, either I'm in it to
I'm
win it or I'm
prepared
not.
or I'm not. That's right.
Exactly. And that FOMO, I love it. Every time
Mm-hmm.
he's like, we are ready, we are ready. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
never ready. I mean, why would I become ready all of a sudden? And you know what? It just gave you that umption and gumption you needed to say, okay, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. And here I'm watching and
I
listening
believe
and
or I don't.
learning. Exactly. And he really makes you say, hey, and you know, you start really thinking and you see it generate. You see him, uh, he's just a master, just a freaking master. They have a Chinese saying, I believe it's a Chinese saying. I had seen it on my dentist wall years ago. And it says, do what you love and do it in such a way that those that have seen you bring others to see you do it. And that is gaudy, in my opinion. That
I
is him.
love it. I love it.
It is him. I mean, you know, I just want everyone to see this genius of marketer that he is.
I think
Anyway,
Unity in general,
go ahead.
those boys in general at Unity, and I say that there's probably a lot of females on that crew. Um, they in general are not only masters at memes, okay, but they're
Mm,
masters at marketing. And God, I've said it multiple times. It's almost like Lindsay Lohan marketing. No publicity is bad publicity
mhm.
because I see it going on with Satoshi and denying the treat is out and then encouraging people to do their own research, and they're being crafty and they're being smart, and I respect what they're doing.
Mm.
It's
I was thinking about
true.
that today when I was reading Crypto Mums. I love her. Shout out to you, girl. I just salute you in everything you do for us. And but she was saying, you know, kind of saying, well, what's this all about? What are we talking about? And when I thought of what she was saying, I thought she's right. I didn't realize that we had gotten off script, being that there wasn't a script to start with. Nobody, you know, we didn't sit down have a meeting. We just said, today we're just going live, and anyone who wants to come and share, please feel free to kind of establish what are the ground rules or what is the guideline or why are we even here to doing what we're doing.
Yeah, I didn't know
And
she came up with that. Shout out to you, Sarah, for that. That's what we
yeah,
needed. I didn't know what the fuck we was doing. I thought we was doing Mad DeFi rebranded with Shiba.
you
But
know, and I was kind of going with the flow on that, and it
I'm
because it
thank
wasn't
God
like
we're not.
right. And I thought to myself, you know, it wasn't like we were only shilling coins that were part of Shibarium for the most part, I think.
See, I
Um,
don't like that word shilling. I don't know what it means. We should look that up.
well, I think it means to sell, you know, to
Well,
hype
see,
up
that's
a
the
sell.
thing. I mean, I don't care a fucking thing about selling anything, honestly. I like
Well,
to teach the knowledge and the tech and to learn it. That's my deal.
and I don't disagree with that. I agree with you. I never thought because when we started talking about each token individually, I'm like, I really would
Yeah.
really need to have like a learning course on that before I can
Yeah.
really talk intelligently about these things.
Yes, they
But
got a lot in them, huh?
But the Great Canine Code, I know very well, and I can talk for
Good.
hours on the
Beautiful.
Shibizens. So
Beautiful. Let's
if
do that.
you want to hear Shibizens, I will talk to you and preach. So let's go on, and we have the number 4 is cherishing life. Cherishing life. Respect for life extends beyond the physical realms into the digital. Each Shibizen's unique existence and contributions are to be cherished and protected. Respect for life extends beyond the physical realm into the digital.
Digital. Wow. Wow. I've never thought about, anything going, anything metaphysical coming from physical to the digital realm.
Hmm.
Now, what was it again that's coming? What's it called? The
Uh,
title of this?
It's called Cherishing Life. And
Cherish.
I got to give a little shout out against tonight to Mums. She had a special night tonight of a loss from 20 years ago, and I just want to let you know I hear you, I see you, and I love you, and I'm sorry for that moment in time in your life. Cherishing life, respecting for life extends beyond the physical realm into the digital. Each Shibizen's unique existence and contributions are to be cherished and protected. Each Shibizen's unique existence and contributions are to be cherished and protected. Cherished and protected reminds me of how my father loved me.
Yes.
He cherished me and he protected me.
Yes. It's beautiful. That's beautiful.
And that's cherishing life. And that's the understanding to be a Shibizen, that we are to extend these things to each other because we're respecting each other's life, that you were created here on this earth for a purpose. Cherishing life. It's not life, the life of worth living. It's the life of the individual. To cherish that, to cherish that. You know, I'll tell you a funny story. When you're thinking about cherishing people, I deal with all kinds of characters at work, right?
Right.
And each one is perfect in their own rights. We have,
All right.
I got an I got a grumpy old uncle, and I've got, grandpa
Yep.
sitting over there, and
That's
I've
right. And
got,
they've all got a good trait, don't they? Like
exactly.
one of them's probably a pyromaniac. If they were in crypto, I bet one of them be a pyromaniac, right? That'd be a beautiful trait in somebody, right? I mean,
It would
everybody
be.
does.
I
Mm-hmm.
mean, think about that. Think about if someone was a pyro, right? And meaning it from their heart, because
Mm-hmm.
they know they are contributing to the value of what everyone else is holding by burning, right? Lighting
Yes.
up fires, just and then all of a sudden you're asked, "Hey, we need $1 million for you to join this," and it's all been burnt. I mean, let's just say,
Yeah.
because that's his habit. You give him some, he burns it.
I love it. I fucking love it.
And now we have a group of elitists that we want to get into, but we can't because he burned the whole shit.
He burned it up. That's all right. Hey, it needed to be gone. He saw a need. He filled it. Damn.
No, but I mean, that's really amazing. That's such a unique, existence for him to contribute.
Mm-hmm. It's true. Very true. She's
I mean,
life
you
right
know,
there. Yep.
it's still mind blowing every time that person is doing that. He's just doing it, or she's just doing it to bless the rest of us. Like,
Yes. Yes.
not everybody's like that,
That's true.
but
That's
we have to be able to respect the unique existence. So let's talk about some of the characters on these different chats.
yes.
The unique existence. There's one character who likes to just be angry, just always angry.
Let's call him Grumpy Cat.
Exactly. But you know what? There's a contribution there because you know why? They
Yeah.
show up. They show up every day.
That's right.
They're holding the same thing I am,
That's right.
and they are hoping in their heart equally as I am. So whether he wants to bring Grumpy to the table or not is up to him. But I
Yeah.
still respect him, and I cherish his life, that he's a part of this. There's
That's
a
a
cherishing
that's a
into
great
this.
way to say. Grumpiness could be contrast, and contrast helps you to know what you don't want so that you may know what you do want.
Mm. And then we have other people who contribute joy. They contribute love. And then we have other people who contribute art and the
Mm,
appreciation for art. And then
yes.
we have other people who contribute music
Yes.
and that vibe. They give everybody that vibe.
So true. Shout out to
Their
all DJs.
their unique existence and contributions. And then there are others who gatekeep,
Yeah.
who watch every move that everyone is making to make sure that there is a fair and loving community.
That's right.
Cherishing life. We got to get better at that. I got to get better at it.
Yeah, we all could get better at it. That contrast, it does service. And letting it out, if you feel something, I learned it this week. Let it out right then. Don't let it fester a goddamn minute. Just let it out. Don't let it slide. Let it out.
Number 5, equity. We uphold fairness and justice in all decision-making processes and distributions of resources to ensure that each citizen's voice is heard and their contributions recognized. So that kind of goes with hand in hand of who you are as a person and what you're contributing to the circle, that we would uphold fairness and justice in all decision-making processes and distribution of resources to ensure that each citizen's voice is heard and their contributions are recognized. Now, I know in that treat chat group, we have this fund, right? Called Mystic or something like that.
Okay.
People can contribute to that.
Oh, it's called Mystic.
I think something like that. Misfit
Wow,
or Mystic.
that's cool.
Mystic. I think it's called
I didn't know.
Mystic. It's a wallet they have, and if they need to buy things or do things, they have some money available. But then other people can contribute. How? I think of Synergy. Synergy's always making these beautiful advertisements, right?
Yes.
Marketing tools.
Yes.
Synergy. Shout out to Synergy.
Shout out to Synergy. That's right.
And then we have, Robertson, ChatGPT.
Yes. Hmm.
He's amazing in his detective work and his analyzing of all the different notes that come out. You know what's interesting, John, that I want to contribute to this conversation today?
What's that?
I've been learning a little bit more about Ryoshi. And the more and more I learn, the more and more I fall in love with the character that is presented. And I'm sure it's not a character as in, a rascal, but I'm talking about a character that has been created. But there is a real physical person behind that. And the allowance to use the word Ryoshi, that we all can use that and have that as a covering to understand that we are no one. And I know we've had this discussion before about the blessing to be no one. But this Ryoshi person, did you know that when they do something, they do it in mystery and they reveal themselves in little bits and pieces? It's almost like a Sherlock Holmes thing, like where you got to go and you got to look for the clues and you got to figure things out and put one and one together. 1 + 1 = 5.
Yep.
But Ryoshi, that's who he is, or that's who they are. And these things here that we're learning to figure out what does this mean? Let's put all these different pieces of the puzzle together. So
Yes.
we uphold fairness and justice in all decision-making processes and the distribution of resources. They're distributing resources to us to ensure that each of our voices are heard and our contributions are recognized. Shout out to Ryoshi,
Yeah.
because
Sure.
that's who began this journey so many years ago. And now we have the Shiba state, this Genesis, the ultimate meme. And this is part of our resources now. And shout out to the people who have contributed this to recognize them. And that every Shibizen's voice is heard. Boy, that's going to be a hard one, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. How was that going to work? But the power of the blockchain could make it possible. The power of AI and blockchain could make
Okay.
it possibly. Maybe that's what they were thinking of when they wrote that.
Because we could actually write things on the blockchain, correct?
Probably. Sounds good. I know people do write things.
Yeah.
Don't I? But yeah,
And
and it would be easy. Could do it through an app.
mm, very interesting.
Yes, very
Well,
fun. I'm excited about this future. I'm so glad to learn about this shit too.
to uphold the fairness and the justice, though, in all the decision-making processes and distributions of resources, that's going to be really interesting to see that roll out.
I can't wait. I love it. I like the principles that are, inside this Shiba State manual here. I dig them. They're set up to a great society. You put a society based on upholding the moral values and the ethical things, and if you can do that by making it exclusive with that. Now I don't know how it's going to be done, but I'm here for it.
And so am I. And it's a good thing to see each of these different tokens within Shibarium, all these different communities that are being built.
Oh, that's why it ain't about money. I heard it ain't about money, and it's about this stuff.
Correct. And this equity, that they uphold the fairness and justice in all the decision-making processes and distribution of resources, to ensure that each one of our voices is to be heard and our contributions are to be recognized.
That'd be great.
Big thing, big thing.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna do one more and then we're gonna stop for tonight, is number 6, and that's compassion.
Compassion.
We practice sympathy. Oh, I'm sorry. We practice empathy. Empathy. Wow. Okay. We practice empathy and understanding in all interactions, fostering a spirit of support and compassion. Fostering a spirit of support and compassion.
Good.
We practice empathy and understanding in all interactions. So when we're in the community, there is to be compassion. Now, for me, compassion comes from love. And they're talking here about an empathy. Sometimes sympathy is easier because if you've been through it, someone else can't say you don't know what I'm feeling because you've been through it. Yeah, you do. But to practice empathy, that means that you're going to put yourself in their shoes without having gone through that process.
Correct. Which that's me in a nutshell. I'm a big ball of that shit, right? I love it for whatever reason. So I'm glad to see. I thought about it, popped up in my head today, empathy. So I'm glad to see it in there.
And to have the understanding in all interactions, to have that understanding every time someone is going to text something in the community, to share something in the community, it's to only foster a spirit of support and compassion if we're working with this one principle, number 6, compassion.
What would that look like in action, Harvey? What would that look like in action, maybe?
Well, I think when people come on board into the community and they ask when, it could be maybe a game. It could become more of a game, like, hey, all right, well, you know how it goes. It's one of those things you kind of, and we're here to support you. We're here to high five you. We understand that if you do have to, get out and we got you. We are understanding. We're not going to poo-poo you. We know real life happens. We're not going to be like, jerk. We're going to be like, we got you, buddy. We're going to be here. What's that hotel? We're going to leave the light on for you. Oh, and the lighthouse. Isn't that interesting how that worked out? No, but I think that's what compassion is. When we have the ability to understand in all interactions and fostering a spirit of support and compassion.
Yes, I like that. Support and compassion. I think that's beautiful. Those, all 6 of those. Can we wrap them one more time? I want to make a
Yes.
list. I'm gonna write them down. Okay, let's go.
All right. The first one is transparency in action. So that was, clear in our ways. The second one is digital respect.
Mhm.
That's being sovereign, allowing people their sovereignship. And then number 3 is physical and digital nonviolence. We can't slap the shit out of each other.
Right. That's right.
Nor should there be digital,
Discomfort.
harm or discomfort. Yeah, harm. And harm, how would you harm someone if you're going to be stealing their wallet? You could be harming them. That could be, that could be,
Doxing
that
them,
could
giving their address out, something like that.
that could have been the money that they needed for a medical procedure. That could have been the money they needed, to keep a roof over their heads. That could have been the money they needed for a future endeavor that was going to make or break their life.
That's right.
Let's be
That's
careful with
hard.
that. That's really important. Number 4, cherishing life, respect for life.
Yeah.
Each citizen has that unique existence and contributions that are cherished and protected. Equity, number 5.
Equity.
We uphold fairness and justice in all decision-making processes. And number 6 is compassion. We practice empathy and understanding in all our ways. The support of compassion.
Beautiful. Thank you, Shiba people that wrote that. We really do appreciate you caring enough to even want to attempt to make a new society. And we're here to say, hey, we were looking for it. We caught the ball, and we got you back. Peace. Sorry, Barbs.
Did you turn it off?
No, no.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to turn it off and start it again, because you ended it right there.
I didn't mean to throw that piece in there.
Either that or just cut it off and then start this one.